Hi, so it's morning. It is Friday morning, and I have run out of quercetin. So I'm going to make some more, and I'm going to tell you the positive things that are taking place by using this. Now, quercetin is a supplement that I can't afford. It's almost $50 for a small little container of it. So they know we need it, and the price goes up. So I'm having to make my own, and I'm telling you, I am losing weight. um, it's working. And I'm not really, I had no idea that quercetin would do this for me. And I'm not sure if it's the fiber, I'm not sure what it is, but I am losing weight and I am getting down to the weight that I want it to be. I want to get down to 129. And don't forget, over Christmas, I gained 10 pounds over Christmas. Anyway, let's not talk about that. But yeah, so I'm losing the weight and I'm getting a flatter stomach. I just don't know how to show you. My stomach is a lot flatter than it was. I don't want to undress on camera, but my stomach is flatter and I'm noticing the changes when I look in the mirror. So I am so excited about sharing this with you. Also, my blood pressure has normalized. My hands are white. Normally, my hands are like red during the day when there's a change in the barometric pressure and things like that, right? So we've been having a lot of weird weather, like rain and snow and sleet, the whole bit, and everything's changing. That temperature goes up and down, and usually so do I. But lately, nothing. And my hands they're white. They're lily white. So it's working. It's working. And the only other supplements that I take a B12, which I had ran out of, but I take nutritional yeast. I have just decided to supplement the B12. Nutritional yeast has all the B vitamins in it. So I use that on my spaghetti, on my soup, whatever. I use it all the time. And it's cheap to buy. So nutritional yeast for the B vitamins, but the B12, I was reading an article about what happens to you if your body, especially at my age, in my 60s, right? Going into my 70s, like I'm hitting close to the end of that. And what happens if you don't, if your body doesn't absorb the B12. And I've been having a lot of those issues with the facial dryness and the hair dryness and the whole bit. And I thought, what the hell? I'm eating properly, I'm eating proper proteins, a whole bit, not a lot of carbs. And I thought, what the hell? So yeah, so the skin is starting to, get back its texture. My stomach, I've got no. I lost 75 pounds and I have no wrinkles on my belly. And I've posted the picture time and time again. However, the quercetin is taking the inflammation away and it's helping with my um, not only my heart issues, my blood pressure, but my blood sugar, right? And I don't get those cravings anymore for sugar. I don't get those late night, gotta have a snack type of things, okay? And that's part of it. So the quercetin is working, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And I'm going to show you what I've done and what I do. So I drink my quercetin. So this is how I take my quercetin. You can see the fiber. I want you to be able to see the fiber in the bottom. Can you see the fiber there? It's kind of cloudy. Yeah. And that's, I think, what might be doing it. Okay. The other day I had some ice cube trays and I was showing you how I make my quercetin cubes. And I just started to do this because what I do is I put it in the ice cube trays and I freeze it. And then when it's frozen, I put it in little bags, right? So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to show you how I do it. Literally, this is literally all I do. I take the cubes, right, and I just put them in here. Usually I put 3, and then I fill it up with water. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And the ice cubes will melt inside the water. You can see the texture of it. You can see, I don't know what it is. I don't know what. It's the fiber, I think, because I do put it in the blender and puree it. So the fiber is literally floating around in the water, and I drink that. And sometimes it gets stuck in the straw, and you got to blow it out, right? So, but it has a tangy taste to it. It's something that you get used to, you know. And oops, I think I just got a bit of the peel. Anyway, I like the taste of it. It tastes really good, and it's working. Like, it is working. So I am not going to stop doing this. Don't forget, there was a period of time in my life when I had my last stroke, and we're talking 8 years ago. I've been drugs free for 8 years. I take no medication at all, nothing. I don't even get a cold. I get nothing. Okay, 8 years ago. So this has been working for 8 years. Be damned if I'm going to go back to prescriptions, right? I was taking almost, geez, what was it? It was 20 some meds I was taking. You know, there would be one thing would lead to another. I mean, I would take, what was I taking? The calcium channel blockers. My breasts were as hard as rocks. They were sore. They were tender. I was like, you know, it was horrible. It was horrible. I went off those and I substituted magnesium. I think I was using magnesium citrate at that time. So there's magnesium citrate or glycinate. The best one is magnesium taurate, but I couldn't find it. And when I did, it was too expensive. So I use the magnesium in order to wean myself off the calcium channel blockers, okay? And it worked. For me, it worked. I'm not saying you do it. I'm saying this is what I did. And it worked for me. And the weight loss and the walking. Everything contributes to the whole, right? So this quercetin, like it's a miracle. I'm telling you, it's like a bloody miracle cure because the weight is just falling off. And I mean, like I said, over Christmas, over Christmas, you know, there was a few cookies in the house because I made them for my guests, and my guests had to work, and so I ate them. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to keep doing this, okay? And it seems to be working. It looks a little cloudy. You can see the stuff floating around, right? But that's it. Just simple like this. I'll show you. You see that? Yeah. So that's all I've got left. And I did have 4 or 5 bags of these. So I take 2 or 3 and put them in the glass with the water, and then I drink that. And I drink it all day long, all day long. And when it's depleted, I take some more. And I'm telling you, it works. Okay, so I got to put this back in the freezer. Okay. Something else I've been doing today is I've been chewing ginger, right? Raw ginger. So I peel it, I put it in little coins, and then I peel it, and then I chew it. Now these are all acquired tastes, right? This isn't something that anyone who has a very delicate palate would be able to do without, you know, gagging, right? But I don't have that delicate palate, delicate palate. I don't. I like the taste of it, and it's a root, and so you know it's helping with a lot of issues that I have, and I did have, and I do have skin cancer, and I'm a very strong believer in the way that ginger can help you balance out your sugars, your blood sugars, and so that's why I take it, because I don't want to end up on that spectrum of being diabetic for any reason, and they have a lot of sugars in our foods nowadays. So I chew this daily. Sorry about the knife. So I chew this daily, and I really strongly believe in root vegetables, fighting any battles that we are having with with my skin cancer. Okay, I'm a strong believer in that, because dandelion root is what I use to get rid of a few of the lesions. A root. And I don't believe it's a weed. I think it's a root vegetable, but everybody is, you know, of the mindset that let's kill those dandelions. But I think it's amazing. I take it in my salads. I grow it on my patio. I pick it before the pesticides have been sprayed on it. I utilize it. I freeze it for my skin lesions, all sorts of things. I use it for skincare. But the ginger I've been chewing today to balance out my sugars. Anyway, plus that I like the taste better. Okay. It's a little tangy. And you want to be careful if you're chewing ginger. You want to be careful how much you take at one time because because it's really strong. Yeah. So I'm going to put on my Big Joe and Malia's t-shirt from YouTube or apron. I need another one. So I'm going to have to get another one of these. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my process. Hopefully you can see it. Excuse the dishes. Maybe I'll turn it so you can. Okay, so I buy my onions from a store, and I don't have one of those boxes to keep the onions in, and I don't like to keep them in the light in the fridge, right? So paper bags are amazing. And I use the red onions. They have the highest amount of quercetin. Yeah, so I'm going to take, these are small, so I might use 5 of them because they're small. So let's just should put my glasses on, I guess. No, maybe I could move you down further. Like that. Can you see? Okay. Now, I'm just going to simply cut it in small chunks. Watching a few was watching a few doctors on YouTube, and they're talking about the fact that quercetin is like a natural type of Ozempic, right? And you've heard about all the massive glory stories about people losing weight on that. I'm not into doing any type of drugs, so this is going to work for me, and it does work. And I'm like flabbergasted at how the scale is going down. I've already lost 6 pounds, like within 3 days, 6 pounds, and I'm not sick. Everybody says, "Oh, you're probably losing weight because you're sick." Look at me. Look at me. I'm not sick at all. Yesterday, I had a lot of running around to do, and I wasn't even winded when I came home. And I'm just like shocked. I'm shocked. I feel better now than I did in my 30s and 40s. Well, maybe, but I do. I feel good. I feel good. I'm 65 years old, and I feel amazing. I feel amazing. So hopefully this will continue. Yeah. Okay. So let's take these. One. I think I'm going to need about 4 of them. So apparently, quercetin is also good for your liver. Yeah, it helps to detox your liver. It helps to regulate your blood sugar. And it has lowered my blood pressure. So, and then I'm going to put in, it is, hang on, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. So now I'm going to put in my filtered water. So I boil it, I cool it down, I boil it again, I cool it down, right? And so I get rid of most of the sediment from the pipes and whatever else might be lingering in there, but we'll see. Okay, so that's about I think I had about 2 cups. 2 cups of water. Okay. Okay, now all I'm going to do, can you see this, Edith? I'm just going to puree it. The pretty colors. Look at the pretty color. Can you see that? It's kind of like a purpley color. Whoa, and it's strong. It's so strong. Yeah, I'm going to put it in here. Okay. So now I'm just going to fill these. I can't see ya. Okay, let's see, like that. Okay, so let's just fill these. Everything is fixable. And once it freezes, it doesn't matter anyway, because it just pops out. So I overfilled that one just a little bit too much. Okay, so I think that's good. Might need a little bit more in a couple of these. They're tangy. Okay, so this one's done. It's going in the fridge, freezer. And you notice how it separates, right? So what I have to do is I have to mix that up. Perfect. Okay, so now this one's all ready for the freezer. Quercetin water is all in the freezer, and I am going to sit with my tabby and give him some of that attention that he's been vying for. I am also going to do some of my Tai Chi exercises. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Bye.